Good morning, everybody. I've got James on board, and James is an expert on CBD and THC and the manufacturing and the distribution and soups to nuts. I hope everyone's being fantastic. Thanks for tuning in. Typically, these videos, when I talk to experts on THC especially, and CBD, they're very popular. So sit back, relax. You're going to learn a few things from James. James, how long have you been in the business?
I've been in the business for a little under a year.
Okay.
So not too long, a little green in the business, but no pun intended.
It's a new business, no pun intended. But it's a new business. It's I liken it to the Wild Wild West.
Sure, that's what people say every day, and I say that to people as well, because with the lack of regulation, especially on the CBD front right now. With hemp going federally legal on the 2018 Farm Bill, December 20th.
That's coming up.
No, that was...
Oh, that wasn't when that passed.
December 20th, 2018,
okay.
Hemp became federally legal, allowing you to manufacture hemp-derived CBD products all throughout the country. It's federally legal. So,
okay.
With that, opens a massive market, opens a massive, can of worms.
Right.
And with that, you'll have regulation coming from the FDA, and right now, what it is the Wild West, because there's a big misconception, and a lot of people aren't really sure what CBD is yet.
My wife still thinks, I tell her every day, there's no drugs in it. There's no THC, tetrahydrochloride, that gives you a high. Hemp, I believe, is the most valuable plant on the planet, and it used to be legal, by the way.
I agree, yeah.
And they made ships out of it. George Washington. They make paper out of it. They make rope out of it. I've seen rebar.
Once it became too tied closely with THC, they banned it.
Well, no, I think they banned it because you can't patent it.
Well, that was another. Yeah.
And it's all about money. Patenting something. That's why the drug companies don't like you guys, because they can't patent CBD.
Right.
So, homeopathic medicine was legal back then, and the pharmaceutical companies got it outlawed because they weren't making any money.
Yeah.
Now it's back again in homeopathic medicine, and it's fantastic. And
it is the Wild West. Everybody will tell you what they want to hear, what you want to hear as a client. You'll kind of get yesed a lot by companies saying they can do things that they really can't do, or taking orders that they can't really fulfill, or maybe taking a 500 unit order and fulfilling it, and then when you really need a bigger order, or your product that you just made explodes and you get a purchase order for 100,000 units and you need to fill it, these guys can't do it. So I think there's that's just on the business side of it, but then on the government and regulation side of it, there's still such a long way to go to get to a point where ingestibles right now are a very gray area. You can't really sell them on shelves. It's not very clear what...
You're talking about THC now?
No, CBD.
Oh, CBD?
In New York.
Really? I thought they're everywhere now.
2 days ago in New York City, they just announced that they were pulling all edibles, CBD edibles and ingestibles off the shelves.
Because they have CBD water, they have CBD everything.
Right. All that stuff is I
think people are slapping just those 3 letters on labels. They're not even putting CBD.
There isn't. Yeah. We're going through R&D processes on a lot of different products, and products that we're trying to make that maybe other people are making already or making. And we've taken their products and sent them to our lab and tested them for CBD.
Right.
And they test with nothing or much less than what's advertised.
Right.
You can literally sell a tincture of water on the shelf for $100 and call it CBD.
Right.
And that's probably what's happening. So,
yes.
A lot of the misconception, a lot of people saying that CBD doesn't work, or, it's not real, or this or that. It may not actually be real, because you may not be taking real stuff. So,
right.
I've only been in the business, but I've only been in the business for, 8 months or so, but, I've tried our stuff that we make in-house, and, it works. So for all, the people out there that aren't believers, that, I think you need to get your hands on the right product.
Well, now there's companies probably out there that are testing labs, right?
Sure.
They are certifying.
Oh, yeah.
So are there certifications now on a product?
Yeah,
that people put on their label.
But again, because it's not regulated, what really is the certification? You know, as long as it's, you know, the end consumer, the end user really doesn't know what's going on, so they're just buying it on a shelf. So, you know, it's really kind of like it's up to whoever it is who's buying and selling it to really create the market right now, because there's no regulation. There's nobody telling you have to do it this way. You have to do it this way. You know, you have to provide a certificate of analysis on every product, which is going to be the case. You know, every product is going to have to get linked, and it's going to be part of a batch. And it's getting to that point, and eventually it's going to go to the point where it's just a vitamin on the shelf, and it's fully regulated. And then
I think it's going to be a staple in everything, because it is useful and it does work. I know that. Now I have it for my pet. She's got a collapsed larynx, and it's horrible smelling for the pet. I don't know why it's different for a pet than for a human.
I think they haven't fully figured out those products yet either. I think some of the pet stuff is still, again, like you can take any CBD. There's some CBD that doesn't smell good, some that doesn't taste good. It's just the way it's made. I mean, you can, the extraction process is so.
So bring me through the extraction process. How you guys do it?
I'm not like crazy privy on it yet. I'm not, you know, on the full science side of it, but I do know that it's difficult. So it's very difficult to.
Because it's the resin that's on the flower that is the CBD, correct?
Yeah. Well, so CBD is, and that's another kind of misconception. Is CBD is just it's
cannabinoid oil.
Right. It's one of the many different cannabinoids in a plant, right? In a hemp plant or a cannabis plant. So you have CBN, CBG, THC, right? CBD and CBD plants are just grown at a level where there's low enough THC, less than 0.03%, to where you're non-psychoactive, not THC. It's not a hot plant. Anything above 0.03 or anything, if it come out of 1% THC, it's a hot plant. It's a legal substance now. So now all of a sudden you're a farmer in Oklahoma and hemp just became federally legal, and you're like, I want to start growing hemp. You spend 12 weeks growing hemp, and you do it the wrong way, and you put the wrong seeds in the ground, and you either just don't do it right.
Right. Well, we're back with James, right?
Back here.
And I don't know what happened there, but we had a technical.
So full spectrum allows your body. Your body has cannabinoid receptors. Again, I'm not a scientist, nor do I.
Well, I'm told
I just play one on
that
TV.
a cannabinoid cure or heals your cells on a molecular level. Is what I'm being told. That's what I've
heard as well.
Okay.
Again, you know, the science part of it. I know from from both being on the ownership side and the manufacturing side of it, and on the user side, like just on the everyday user side of it, how much it works, you know?
Right.
You know,
because I've been putting it on my finger here.
Sure.
You can see my finger went south about a month ago. I've been keeping it in a splint, but it's painful. So I do put cream on it, CBD cream on it, and it does go away.
Yeah.
The pain. It doesn't.
Yeah.
The inflammation hasn't gone down.
You probably want to get like a high concentration. So for like the real pain. So anything over, I would say 500 milligrams. For in a 2 ounce, 4 to 4 ounce concentration should be a good amount of CBD per dosage, right?
Gotcha.
You want to get a good dosage especially for pain.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, there's.
But I've heard it's cured cancer. Many people have said that.
Epilepsy, children's
diabetes, arthritis.
Yep. Yeah,
obviously, headaches.
Sleep.
I just smell pot. Do you smell that?
Yeah. Sleep. I have some.
Oh, okay.
Sleep.
Sleep. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it just. And they have, well, again, like we're in the first inning of it, right?
Right.
You got to remember that. So.
Yeah. Well, and I heard it's a $22 billion projected.
Yeah, and everybody says that, but again, it's like, who knows? That's
bigger.
A projection. It could be much. I think it could be much bigger because THC and CBD are, you know.
Now, after you guys have processed your CBD out of the hemp plant, does that hemp still sold in an aftermarket for like clothing or for because I've seen rebar made with hemp that's stronger and lighter than real rebar. I've seen wood made with hemp because it's fireproof.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't catch fire, which is great. But you don't just throw it away, do you?
That's like the biomass.
I wonder what it's doing now.
We're back.
You got a freaking brand new card. Are you good with this computers and stuff?
I think it's like only letting you go for 53 seconds or something.
That's ridiculous. I have a brand new card in there.
Huh.
Let's see what happens at 53. Maybe you could help me
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
turn the card around or something. I don't know what to do. Sorry about that, everybody, but you know, it's okay. Out of 900 interviews, I don't consider editing just putting two pieces together. I've never edited anything out in an interview. I've never done a rehearsal, and I've never done a second take. It's like we talk, we have a good time,
Yeah.
and we see what happens. But that is weird. Let's see what happens at 53 seconds.
Huh.
Because it's I bought 128 whatever megabyte card, so this wouldn't happen again. There it goes. And what does it say?
Yeah, it's
We're
gonna
off?
it's gonna cut you off.
We're gonna come. We'll be right back after we solve this problem, everybody. And James freed up some space for us.
All right.
Because this is good stuff. I like learning new stuff. I hope you guys enjoy learning about CBD because it's a part of our life. You know, as we grow as a human species, we learn more stuff. We learned that tobacco was bad, right? Smoking was bad, and now we're learning what's good for us. And CBD is definitely on the forefront of a massive industry. And you know, people are growing it in farms. I have a lender that will lend to a hemp farm if you need that.
Farmers right now they've gotten, it's been a good year for farmers so far because they have now the ability to grow a crop on their land that's so much more valuable than anything they've ever been able to grow. So corn and wheat, tobacco, and all those.
What's the price
farmers,
now for hemp?
I mean, the raw biomass can trade at anywhere from like $30 to $40 a pound.
Oh wow!
You know, and
Wow.
I bet I don't know real farming or what you did those numbers for corn and wheat, which is government subsidized.
No, but it sounds
anyway.
pretty high. $30 a pound.
Yeah, it's
sounds
very
pretty
high. So like these guys are now, and they have, you know, if you're in the right climate and you really know what you're doing and you have the right kind of people around you and you have the right land, it just takes it's a pretty quick. So I think it's a 12-week cycle. You can grow it.
But there's a lot of work to it. I know that.
Yeah.
A lot
like
of work.
I was saying
you gotta know what
before,
you're doing.
it's very hard, and it's to get it right and to the point where like you can actually like take that plant and use it
Right.
is very hard. But there are people doing it and they're getting very rich because they're just growing a crop that's not that costly to grow, right?
Right.
I mean, the
It's a
genetics
weed.
Yeah.
It's a weed.
Yeah. So, at the end of the day, it's
Actually, they used to
good.
call it weed, pot. Right?
Yeah, it's good for farmers. You know, for now, I think they're also in like a tricky spot too because there's a lot of people coming at them saying they want to do futures contracts on their biomass, and they're kind of careful because they know that they think kind of that they're the sort of the commodity right now. I don't, you know, personally, I believe like all of this stuff is going to be grown internationally eventually because of the climate conditions and the cost of labor, specifically in South America. Like Colombia, for example, you know, you have 12 hours of sunlight every day, and your cost of labor is like, you know, a tenth of what it is here.
Right.
So why wouldn't I grow all my stuff there?
Right.
Right. And we're, as a company, we're already.
So your company is Seed to Shelf? Is that what they call it?
No. My company is called SHO Botanicals.
No, but I mean, do you do Seed to Shelf? Is what I meant.
Yes.
So you,
I mean,
you're
so to
growing?
speak. Yeah, we're building out the front end right now on the farming and extraction side. By the end of the year, we'll be fully like vertical, where we're growing our own proprietary hemp, and then, you know, manufacturing, as we're already doing, proprietary CBD products on the back end.
And how many products do you have right now on the shelf?
Probably 50 plus
50 plus?
on the manufacturing and distribution side. Yeah.
And you guys private label? Because that's what I'm
Yeah.
looking for.
You do.
Fantastic.
Absolutely. I just sat with somebody yesterday that wanted to do a massage oil. They wanted to do their own line, their own ingredients, and we will white label too. So I have a massage oil that I'll white label and just send you with your artwork on it, packaged and ready to go, and you go sell it.
Can you drop ship?
Yes.
Okay, because that's what I'm looking for, is a company that's fantastic. Obviously, it has to be fantastic. You have to check it out.
Fantastic.
And we can also, we're doing like two things. One is we're going to overpopulated cities around the world have caused people to become a greedy, selfish, and litigious society. Would you like to be happier, live longer, never be forgotten, and help make the world a kinder, more civil place? It's actually easier than you think. Every day you're asked, how are you? Instead of saying good, say I am fantastic. It will make you look better, feel great, and reduce your stress. Making the world a better place starts with each person. Please join the Be Fantastic movement today. What you want to be, you can be. Be fantastic.
I met Dr. Fantastic along life's way, and I heard him say, you gotta say,